The psychology of financial freedom. What does financial freedom really look like? Most people imagine a huge mansion, a luxury car, private jets, millions of dollars in the bank, never working again. But what if all of that is wrong? What if financial freedom has almost nothing to do with looking rich, and everything to do with feeling free? Because the truth is, some people earn $40,000 a year and sleep peacefully every night. Others earn $400,000 a year, and wake up every morning terrified of losing their job. The difference isn't always income, it's psychology. This is the psychology of financial freedom. Meet David. David was 31 years old. He had what many people would call a successful life. A good job, a nice apartment, a luxury SUV, designer clothes, the latest phone. Every year, he earned more money. Every year, his lifestyle became more expensive. People admired him. His social media looked perfect. But every month, something strange happened. The day after payday, he felt rich. 2 weeks later, he felt stressed. By the end of the month, he was counting the days until his next paycheck. David wasn't poor, he was trapped, and he didn't even realize it. One evening, while driving home from work, he noticed something. He hated Mondays, he hated meetings, he hated answering emails, but he couldn't quit, not because he loved the money, because he needed it. His car payment needed it, his apartment needed it, his credit cards needed it, his lifestyle needed it. That was the moment David understood something. He didn't own his lifestyle. His lifestyle owned him. This is the first lesson of financial freedom. Freedom is not about how much money you make. It's about how much control your money gives you. Imagine two people. The first earns $60,000 a year, has no debt, has 6 months of savings, lives below their means. The second earns $200,000 a year, has expensive cars, a huge mortgage, credit card debt, luxury vacations financed every year. Who is actually freer? Most people will say the second person is richer. But the first person has something far more valuable: options. And options create freedom. The biggest mistake people make is believing that every raise should improve their lifestyle. A bigger paycheck arrives, so they buy a bigger house, a newer car, more expensive clothes, better restaurants, more subscriptions. The paycheck grows, but so do the bills. This is lifestyle inflation. It quietly steals freedom, because every new monthly payment becomes another reason you cannot walk away from a job you dislike. Money should create choices, not obligations. Another reason people never feel financially free is because they confuse income with wealth. Income is what you earn. Wealth is what you keep. Someone making $70,000 while saving and investing 20% every year may become wealthier than someone earning $250,000 who spends everything. Because wealth grows quietly, income only lasts until your next paycheck. Real wealth keeps working while you sleep. David thought his salary was making him wealthy. Then one day, his company announced layoffs. Suddenly, nothing felt secure. He looked at his bank account. He had almost no savings. His investments were tiny, but his monthly bills were enormous. For the first time, he realized he had spent years building an expensive life, instead of a secure one. That night, he couldn't sleep, not because he was unemployed, because he knew he couldn't survive long without his paycheck. That's when fear enters your financial life. Fear changes everything. It makes people accept jobs they hate, stay in unhealthy workplaces, delay dreams, avoid risks, not because they're lazy, because they're financially fragile. An emergency fund is not just money. It's confidence, it's peace, it's the ability to breathe when life goes wrong. Many people think becoming financially free means earning millions. But financial freedom often begins with something much smaller. 1 month of expenses saved, then 3 months, then 6 months. Every dollar saved reduces fear. Every investment increases future choices. David decided to change, not overnight, one small decision at a time. He sold the luxury SUV. His friends laughed. He moved into a cheaper apartment. People said he was downgrading. He canceled subscriptions he never used. He stopped buying things just to impress people online. At first, it felt uncomfortable. Then something surprising happened. His stress started disappearing, because every expense he removed bought back a little more freedom. He wasn't becoming poorer, he was becoming lighter. People often buy expensive things hoping they'll feel successful. But confidence purchased with money usually disappears. The expensive watch becomes normal. The luxury car becomes ordinary. The designer shoes end up in the closet. Then the brain wants another upgrade. This cycle never ends. Psychologists call it the hedonic treadmill. No matter how much you buy, your happiness eventually returns to normal. Then you chase something bigger. Real financial freedom breaks this cycle. Instead of asking, "What can I buy?" you begin asking, "What can I stop needing?" Because every unnecessary expense creates another future obligation. Financial freedom isn't about owning everything. It's about needing less. That doesn't mean living a boring life. It means choosing purchases that truly improve your life, instead of purchases that only impress other people. David also discovered something else. The happiest moments of his week didn't cost much. Walking with his parents, cooking dinner with friends, reading a good book, watching the sunset, going for a run. None of those moments required luxury. They required time, and time is what financial freedom protects. Money is important. It pays for healthcare, education, food, safety, a home. But after your basic needs are met, the purpose of money changes. Money becomes a tool for buying freedom. Not status, not attention, freedom. Freedom to choose your work. Freedom to spend time with family. Freedom to start a business. Freedom to take a break. Freedom to sleep without worrying about bills. Years passed. David didn't become a millionaire overnight. But something much more valuable happened. He had savings. He had investments. He had no high-interest debt. He wasn't afraid of unexpected expenses anymore. One day, his manager offered him a promotion. It came with more money. But it also meant longer hours. More stress. Less family time. Years earlier, David would have accepted immediately. This time, he smiled, and politely said no, because for the first time in his life, he didn't need every extra dollar. He valued his time more. That was financial freedom, not quitting work, not owning a mansion, simply having the ability to choose. The psychology of financial freedom is surprisingly simple. Stop buying things to impress people. Start buying peace of mind. Stop measuring success by income. Start measuring it by freedom. Stop asking, "How much money do I make?" Start asking, "How much of my life do I actually control?" Because the richest person in the room isn't always the one with the biggest paycheck. It's the one who can say no. No to debt. No to unnecessary stress. No to a life controlled by fear. Financial freedom doesn't happen because of one lucky investment or one massive paycheck. It happens through thousands of quiet decisions. Saving when nobody notices. Investing when everyone else is spending. Living below your means when others are chasing status. Being patient while others chase shortcuts. Those decisions may not look exciting today. But one day, you'll wake up, look at your life, and realize something incredible. Your money no longer controls you. You control your money. And that is the true psychology of financial freedom.